Hey guys, One More Tech Bar here. We have another law for you today. Law number 7. If you guys haven't checked the rest of the laws, this is a series that I called the 48 Days to Power. You should definitely check the rest of them out. They're all really good videos. We're not simply breaking down the laws for what they are, but we're giving you real life application too. And this is specifically for young adults. If you guys are a little bit older in your mid 30s, feel free to stay and watch the whole video too. So let's get right into it. Law number 7, get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. So what does it mean by this specifically? So when it comes to building something, it is explaining it, getting external sources of building that thing for you. For an example, when it comes to making a go-kart, and you're not the person that's really, really good at making wheels, but you might be the person that's very well at making the body of the go-kart or the seats of the cart. So you just take it out somewhere and you have somebody make the seats, you have somebody make the wheels for the car, and you have somebody pick the color of the go-kart, for an example. These are all really, really great points because now you not only have a product that you made, but it's a high quality product that you made. I think Honda does this all the time. Toyota does this all the time. This law implying is seeking help. Don't be afraid to seek help when you need it. So how does it work? Team projects. Let your team do the research or hard parts. Then you organize it, present it, and make it shine. That way you look like the leader. So I feel like this might be the same way with the iPhones. You might see Bill Gates get up on stage and talk about, oh, this is the new iPhone. This is what it looks like. There's this features, there's that. And you see that all the time when it's presenting products, whether it's the Nintendo Switch 2 or rather if it's the new Samsung Galaxy 54 Plus Ultra, whatever it is. You always feel like that the person that made it is the person that's on stage, no matter who it is. I don't think we come across our heads and say to ourselves, well, think about, oh, that guy made it. Oh, that guy made the screen. That guy did. It doesn't happen like that most of the time. We kind of often see the person that's the face of the company, the one that created everything, when in reality, the people in the background and the 500 employees are the ones creating the stuff. Number 2, use experts. Get advice or ideas from coworkers who are good at something. Then put it together and take the lead credit. So if you suck at, for an example, for me, throughout the past couple of weeks, I was struggling with doing a helicoil. A helicoil is basically a little spring thing that has threads on the inside, and you insert it into somewhere, preferably an aluminum block, or somewhere where you're trying to make new threads because the threads are all messed up. You insert it, and then basically you have new threads, and you can screw in the part that you need to screw in. I was taught how to do that, but in between the process, I took the time to really pay attention to how it works. You know, I'm running the bolt and running it through the recoil, and really making sure it's tight, making sure that everything is squared away and properly installed. Even though I was taught how to do it, I'm taking credit personally for it because I was the one that did the handwork, obviously. And I think this is what this law is implying to when it comes to using experts. The people around you, your inspirations, like I was mentioning in the last video, are going to be the people that are going to help you shine. Whether if that's a coworker, whether if that's a manager, whether if that's a teacher, whether if that's a student guidance counselor, you know, these people are going to make you shine and make you a name, make you a brand, for an example. And whether if that takes years or if that takes months, that doesn't matter. As long as you get the spotlight and the appreciation for that later on, you're doing pretty well, I would say. So how do you use this with friends? Group plans. Let others suggest where they want to go or what to do. You pick the best idea and act like it was yours. People see you as the planner. So let people talk, you know, like I was mentioning about the law yesterday or a couple of weeks ago. When people brag and people do drama and stuff like that, you're listening, you're paying attention to make sure that people's points are getting across, and you're paying attention to face reactions and stuff like that. But then not only that, you want to pay attention to what decisions they're making, the yeses, the nos, and then come up with your idea and then take the credit for it for that too. I don't know if that made sense, but hopefully it did. Creative help. If a friend gives you a cool idea, use it in a video, post, or a business, but tweak it to fit your style and brand. So I generally reach out to friends and family with video ideas. A good video idea that a friend suggested to me was talking about Christian dating 101. I've been in a Christian relationship for the past 5 years where I've made mistakes and I've done very, very well in. I'm still flawful, and my girlfriend's obviously flawful too. But the idea is having your good circle around you that's equally as creative. Nothing sucks more than having a friend that is like, I don't know. No, you need somebody that thinks outside the box, knows a little bit about creativity, because it's important in today's day and age to be creative, to be supportive of your friends, and to be an encouragement. And so how do we use this on social media? Content curation, repost or repurpose trending ideas, memes or quotes with your own twist. People remember you, not where it came from. And that's very true. So sometimes you might see a video. I remember I was watching this one video that they were saying, let me know, on, and then you know how that meme goes. But I didn't really remember the meme. It was more of the lady that was doing it that made it really, really funny. Same might go with the rat dance that was very, very popular a couple of months ago. Maybe it still is. I don't know. I don't follow trends very well. But people will start doing the dance, whether if it's in New York City because it looks so pretty, or they'll do it in very popular spots, very famous touristic spots. And those will get a lot of likes. But most people don't remember the rat dance by the rat. They remember it by the trend of other people dancing to the beat. So that's what you want to do. Make trends yourself and cultivate your own idea around it. You just have to be creative and think outside the box, and that's what's going to keep you healthy. Collaborate smart, work with others, but present it in a way that puts your brand in the spotlight. Working with other people, again, making sure that you're in the spotlight, they're not in the spotlight as much. And you can do this by putting your own brand on it, your own twist on it. It's basically explaining like the last one, in a way. Let's see what else we got here. It's going to be a pretty long video. I apologize, but hopefully this helps you with your endeavors today with following this law. Final tips. So work smart, not hard. Use others' strengths to move faster and shine brighter. The worst thing that I can imagine when it comes to making things is taking months, taking years to make it, when instead you could have just taken your ideas and again, we're going to use YouTube as an example. Have somebody make the thumbnail for you. Have somebody make the script for you. Have somebody record the video for you as you're talking, for example, so that the headshot is just right and that the landscape just sits perfectly. You know, asking for help is not a problem. This law, I think, really endepthens the fact that you need friends, you need coworkers, you need managers, you need inspiration from places in order to move forward. And not only move forward in a slow manner, but in a fast manner, you know. This is about quickness and being smart and working smart and being the smartest person in the room. Easy as that. Don't brag about this law. Stay low key, let the results speak. So you don't have to say to people, I did this. That was my work, bro. You don't have to do that. Let the work speak for itself. The people that know you know the work that you do. So the work will speak, whether if it's a presentation, a project, whether if this is a devotional for a young adults group. People will know the style that you are presenting it as, and they will always remember it by your face. You know, that's why people know Bill Gates for Apple. That's why people know Napoleon Hill for his popular books. Hopefully I got the Bill Gates person right, but anyhow. Whoops. Anyhow, quick situation where this law could help young adults. I'm going to try to keep this around like 12 minutes. So in school, so group projects, let other handle the deep research and slides. You wrap it all together, present it confidently, and become the face of the project. I remember doing a project on, was it Baby Mama? Yeah, so the Baby Mama was a movie that came out back in the early 2000s. Maybe 2009, 2008, so it's late. And she did the research. And she made the presentation and she made the project, the little cardboard stuff, you know. So we had a little slides, a little cardboard showing what we did. And I had to present it. And this law explains it perfectly. Like, when I'm asked questions, I wasn't paying attention, to be quite honest. I wasn't paying attention. And they asked me, oh, Juan, what do you think about the movie? Well, the baby mama got pregnant by this other chick, and she had to maintain the baby, and this and that. Well, we kind of understood that. You got that from her. Can you tell us a little bit more about it? They didn't really think about it more as the aspect of her doing all the work. It was more on the aspect of me presenting it. So those failures, those successes, those hard work hours on the paperwork and stuff like that, they're seeing just me as the face of that. So that's why it's important to let others handle the deep research and you presenting it, because again, you're the face of it. Even though I failed. Study help. Ask smart classmates to explain hard topics. Use their notes or methods, but simplify it to your way to make it maybe even tutor others with it. So when you find certain situations hard in life, finances, financial literacy, investing, you always want to find the smartest person in the room. If you can. If you can't, those people, from my own personal experience, will come into your life and show you the ropes. You just have to be hopeful and be cultivating to be that person as you're waiting for it. Looking for a mentor. I think that's what this law is talking about, is asking the smartest person in the room about stuff that you don't know. And as soon as you do figure out and you're taking the steps and you're learning the process of how it works, you start becoming that tutor for the next person that comes into your life. So I think this really adds on to the fact of the information that you're getting is just absorbing it and becoming the person that you want to be, that's smart, has wisdom, has the knowledge in that specific field, and then teaching others. Because now you're adding your own little twist to things, and you're becoming that twist towards other people. And they're going to see that and they'll be like, yeah, Juan said that, even though Jeffrey told me that lesson. Weird example, but yes. So how can we use this for side hustles and business? Start a brand. Hire or ask someone to design a logo or edit content. You use it to grow your brand. Your name gets recognition. Again, hire people if you have to. If you own a landscape company and you don't have a logo, your name is just Juan's Landscaping, for an example, but it just has Juan Landscaping, there's no logo, they're going to remember you by Juan's Landscaping, and that's really about it. And there's going to be no promotional aspect to that. But if Juan's Landscaping has a big tree and it has a J embedded on the tree and it says Juan's Landscaping, well, the word landscape is on a landscape, or a landscape. They're going to remember you by that. That's why logos are important. That's why you see me on YouTube uploading goofy faces, because I want to be recognized as that goofy dude that gives advice, loves fragrances, and encourages young adults. That's what branding is all about. YouTube, take trend audios and formats, add your own unique spin, and people will associate with your personality. That's self-explanatory. Instagram Reels, watch what influencers are doing. Then simplify it or remix the idea with your own vibe. It feels fresh, new, even if the bones are borrowed. And here's a couple closing tips. This is getting a little bit long, so let's get it. Cool is collected. Don't over-explain how you got it done. Mystery builds respect. Again, you don't have to over-explain people how you did it. You just have to present it and make people notice you. This law is about you getting noticed, not other people getting noticed for the work. Make it better, not stolen. Always improve what you take. Never just copy and paste. When you make a video, when you make a project, when you're cutting grass, anything that you do, don't ever copy and paste. You want to make sure that you're adding your own little twist or adding little features to make it your own. Like this stuff that I'm writing right now is, theoretically speaking, copy and pasted, but I'm adding my own personal situations to help you get through it and to open up your mind a little bit more. So you don't have to go up to your friends and brag about how you got the latest car or how you have the latest company and how hard you work. You don't need to brag. The stuff that you already have and the knowledge that you already have is going to speak for itself. All you have to do is stay quiet and remain cool. That's it. Grow your brand, not your ego. Use this law to build long-term success, not just clout. Realize that this is about using people to your advantage so that you can grow your brand. Make sure you have enough connections. You have a community of people that love you and appreciate your work and are willing to continue to encourage you. And lastly, be silent about your sources. Let others wonder how you do so much with little effort. If you get it from specific sources, be quiet about it. Don't talk about it. Because the moment that you do speak about it, people are going to be able to find those sources and copy your work. The worst thing ever when it comes to a test is when somebody copies an answer word by word and puts it on their test. That's the absolute worst. I spent time writing that answer. I spent time answering that question. Whether if it's 500 questions or 2 questions. You spent time doing it. The worst thing is people copying you, and it's horrible. It just shows that they're lazy and they don't have creativity within them. And I think that's what this law amplifies. And we're going to close it with this. Be creative. Have a good social circle around you. Make sure you're loved. Make sure you're cared for. And the people will flow through. Do not share the sources of where you get your things done. So your work stays unique. Your work stays beautifully orchestrated, whether if that's a word or not. And so that your work doesn't get copied again. That's gonna be it for today's video. Stay motivated. This is day number 7, law 7 of the 48 days to power. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. That's gonna be it for today's video. And like I said, I love you guys, and God loves you too. Peace out.
Do you see that? Bruh.